big up Andre Stevens for the interview. Do this midday session earlier with Cleveland Tomlinson and excuse me, the young lady's name is escaping me. Sabrina Barnes. You know, so what I want to first do is, see, this is Parnaja TV platform. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, alright? I'll be checking out and reacting to the full interview between him and Cleveland Tomlinson. Both of them are Ramsey. Both of them are members of the People's National Party's youth arm. And I have to say that, you know, I learned some things listening to both of them. And I'm sure you are going to learn something as well. As you come in, ladies and gentlemen, please double tap the screen if you're watching live. And if you're not, when you actually watch the replay, I'm asking you to please hit the like button because it helps the videos to go out so other people can see the video and actually, you know, benefit from what is happening here. All right. So let me just show you guys something real quick, because, you know, today is Craven's birthday, you know. Yo, these people are the best, man. Look at this. Craven A. Get it? Oh my God. Today is Craven's birthday, y'all. Yo, these people are funny. You hear me? I think I might leave this on the screen because this is hilarious. While, no, you know what? I'm not going to do that because y'all going to curse me out and it's going to drain my batteries. So let me take that off the screen. But today is Craven's birthday. I wish he would give us all a birthday gift and call the election. Anyway, moving right along. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, I gotta go forward.
Region 5. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, Jamaica.
My sincere apologies for having you people waiting. This is not the precedence that we set over here. We're normally on time. But as I explained to the public today, I had some errands to do on the road and it caught me off guard. You know, the traffic in Kingston in this
terrible
tri-circle.
Terrible.
Waiting because it's there.
Traffic
Cleveland
terrible.
looked like in the in lunch break and he decided to join us. Jamaica, yeah, Cleveland, unmute yourself, my boss. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Afternoon to your listeners.
Yes.
Yeah, I was on the road and so I decided let me just join from where I am now, so you can see I'm in the vehicle. But I'm happy to join you. I gather you have some very riveting discussions here and you taught the truth. And I've always been a fan of the kind of work that you do to advance parties' mission. So big up to you and big up to your listeners.
It is not to advance the party's mission, it's to advance Jamaica.
Precisely so, because the party's mission is consistent with Jamaica's advancement. Precisely.
The party's vision is consistent with advancing Jamaica. Yes. That's what on my platform, I am all about the advancement of Jamaica and essentially the whole human race. Because if we can create something in Jamaica here that models true democracy, what is going to happen is that the world is going to follow us now. Because Jamaica is a trendsetter. It's a trendsetter. Jamaica is a trendsetter country. You know? We don't even realize how powerful our country is. You know, Jamaica is truly a trendsetter country, good and bad. Trendsetter.
Precisely so.
Cleveland.
Yes.
I know you as a finance person. I went since you're reaching that energy.
Because, you know, the two are not far detached from each other.
True.
In fact, there's a common thread between energy and the economy, because the entire economy runs on energy. So the party asked me on Sunday to speak about the energy crisis in terms of energy
Careful.
that the country faces.
Jesus.
And I think it was appropriate for me
Mighty
in my capacity as a
God.
junior spokesperson to speak on
Can't
energy,
take no
because
disaster.
the entire economy runs on energy. If you have a very high energy cost, your economy will not be competitive, because you're not able to attract global investors to come set up businesses in Jamaica. Because why would someone come set up business here in Jamaica and face a higher cost of energy, where they can go to Trinidad, they can go to Barbados, they can go to Bahamas, and
Sam Allen, what you say? Bolo, are you a JLP building? What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Karen, what's up? Anyway, oh, this comes with some foolishness to try for this track here now. Because that the question then no make no sense.
speak about the energy crisis in terms of energy that the country faces. And I think it was appropriate for me in my capacity as a junior spokesperson to speak on energy, because the entire economy runs on energy. If you have a very high energy cost, your economy will not be competitive, because you're not able to attract global investors to come set up businesses in Jamaica. Because why would someone come set up business here in Jamaica and face a higher cost of energy, where they can go to Trinidad, they can go to Barbados, they can go to Bahamas and face a lower cost of energy? Their production costs will be lower, so they're more.
Now, I've never thought about that. No, that is not my place. It is a building. Everybody doesn't think along the lines of politics with everything, you know. You understand? Yeah, it's not my place. Remember, say green is a part of the flag, you know, the Jamaica flag. Does that mean that Jamaica is a labor right country? No. Moving right along to the substantial conversation. The substantial conversation of what he just mentioned was energy, and how if you don't have a competitive energy cost, it can push away investors. And I never thought about it that way, you know, because initially and essentially, if a person can go to all of these other countries where the cost of electricity is lower, it only going to mean that whatever product they have that uses, if they have a business, you know, they have to pay for electricity. If they have a manufacturing company, that make it worse. Them have to depend on electricity. If they're producing anything at all, they're gonna depend on electricity. Yes, in some capacity. So that is going to deter them from coming to Jamaica to invest in Jamaica. No, man. No, I understand, Sam. I understand. We move on from that. You're good. Him good, and him good. I understand, him good. Wait, say Cardi run gone like that. So I wanted to highlight that because I said, whoa. I said, you know, I never thought about that, you know. That's why you're supposed to have more intelligent people around here, you know, because you can learn from them. You know, make no sense you're there around some dunce people. You're not going to elevate. You need to have some intelligent people around you. So when I heard him say that, I said, mighty God, he's absolutely right, but I just never thought about it. Jamaica has one of the highest electricity bill in the whole Caribbean, you know, in this region, you know. Our bill is the highest. It's not even a joke. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's a bad place for us to be, for us to even want to say we're going to attract investors. Depending upon what type of what they want to invest in. You know when that changed? When the JLP came into power. And I think it was right after Portia Simpson Miller. When name again, when the finance minister name for the JLP name, there was a tax that was exempt by the PMP and he added back the tax. And there was a threshold in terms of, it's because I don't have my computer right now, but there's a threshold of how much, customers consume. And his tax, the tax that he put back, the income tax that he put back on it, I don't know, remember if it's income tax, but the tax that he added back, that Portia had taken away, when you pass that threshold of usage as a customer, the tax is enacted, it's engaged. You have to now pay anything over that. You have to now pay this tax, right? And it was all the Shaw that did that. And from that day till now, our light bill has been going up and 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 up. And those are facts. Now you're telling me that they don't know that that is a problem. You're telling me that they are not studied enough to understand that that change that they made is what is causing our light bills to be so high. They don't realize that. Even there's this person called Tomlinson. I believe it's Tomlinson in the article, right? I'm just talking from memory here now. Tomlinson warned all the China. He said the average usage of electricity is way higher than what he's talking about. So it is going to backfire on the people of Jamaica. Now for the business people now, Mr. Cleveland is going to explain how high usage, high price of electricity also hurts the regular folks. Listen to this. I'm telling you. And he's what, 25 years old and the young lady is 19. Listen to them.
More incentivized.
Listen to them.
So if you look at energy, it affects every segment of the economy. It affects the extent to which we produce. It affects growth. Yes. So yeah, it was quite appropriate for me to speak on it because it's one of the areas in which the administration has failed, miserably so.
But you highlighted something that is fundamentally alarming on Sunday. Mm-hmm. You said the Jamaica Labour Party has changed almost 4 energy ministers in the last 9 years. And of that 9 years, not one of them makes sense.
No, not one of them that add up to one. In fact, all 4 of them add up to 0.4 of 1. So it's not even 1. 0.4 of 1.
Embarrassing. They need some milk. So you're telling me this young man, Mr. Cleveland, hold on.
0.
Cleveland Tomlinson. Yes, Cleveland Tomlinson. In the article, I don't think the person's name is Tomlinson. It's Tom something like that. But anyway, Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson, the man said the four energy ministers, them don't make 1, they make 0.4. 25-year-old saying that. Now, when you look at the simple thing as the income tax that they changed that caused all of this hike, I would say they don't, them is right, but it's just, I just think it's deliberate. I think what they are doing is deliberate. They deliberately is trying to make our lives harder. They're deliberately trying to make sure that the cost of living is impossible for us Jamaicans. So if you're not extremely rich, it's like separating the middle class from the poorer class. And you're going to have just the poor, very poor, extremely poor, and then you're going to have the extremely rich. And it's so coincidental that even the extremely wealthy, people that have businesses for years, have been coming out and them a ball out. They have been crying out. Thank you so much, Patrick. They have been crying out, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, I really don't know. We can't continue with this.
0.4 of 1.
The 4 of them.
Mighty God. Can you remind us that is weekly favor?
So when the Prime Minister, when the JLP won in 2016, the portfolio was given to Wheatley. You know the corruption plagued Andrew Wheatley.
Andrew Wheatley. Massive corruption behind his name. Still around the party same way, still on campaigns, still making speeches. Even with the massive corruption behind his name. Don't make no sense.
The issues, you know, the $1,000 US cake, you know, the Petrojam scandal, all of that. His but untenable. He couldn't continue there because there was a lot of corruption to watch. So the Prime Minister kicked him out of the cabinet. And I suspect, you know, and if we examine it,
I never kick him involuntarily.
I was just gonna say the public pressure came to bear on the Prime Minister, and
so Andrew Wheatley was not kicked out of his position. It's the public pressure forced him out of his position because it was that corrupt. But yet still, they still have him around in the party. Montague with the used car, the police used car scandal, still. I mean, we not even want to get into that. Let's continue.
Yes.
We resigned from the cabinet. The Prime Minister temporarily took portfolio control of the ministry, so he became the minister. And then in the latter part of the administration's first term, they appointed Favor Williams.
Oh Lord, feel bad Williams.
In fact, she went there to try to...
You know, I really wish I had my sound bites on my phones, because moments like this, you need a laughing sound bite. Yo, that's funny. Fail bad Williams. Yo, I'm using that on anytime I'm covering her. I'm putting Fail Bad Williams in the title. Big man thing. Fail bad. Big up yourself, Andre. May I take that one there? Fail Bad Williams.
Some governance issues because
Me,
governance
I take that one there. Fail Bad Williams.
Coming out of the Prime Minister, he was very busy, so he never had the focus to give to the Energy Minister to get it on track. So when she went there, she was trying to fix it.
Then the man for focus on the ministry, when him have so much things to focus on, like him 28 bank account. Come on, Mr. Cleveland. We all know him couldn't have time for the Energy Ministry. Come on, man.
Energy, some governance.
Come on, Mr. Cleveland. Better than that.
If we given to Wheatley, you know the corruption plagued Andrew Wheatley issues, you know.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to stop it every minute. I'm playing it over.
The Petrojam scandal, all of that. His tech was untenable. He couldn't continue there because there was a lot of corruption to watch. So the Prime Minister kicked him out of the cabinet, and I suspect, and if we examine it,
I never kick him involuntarily.
I was just gonna say the public pressure came to bear on the Prime Minister, and we resigned from the cabinet. The Prime Minister temporarily took portfolio control of the ministry, so he became the minister. And then in the latter part of the administration's first term, they appointed Favor Williams.
Oh Lord, fail bad Williams.
In fact, she went there to try to fix some governance issues because governance had broken down significantly coming out of the Prime Minister. He was very busy, so he never had the focus to give to the Energy Minister to get it on track. So when she went there, she was trying to fix up some governance issues, and she didn't do much in her term.
Yes. So the policy directions for the energy portfolio, it was in crisis mode.
Precisely. To be fair to Darrell Vaz, he has been able to do the most in terms of policy since the second term. But the reason why he has been able to do so much is because there was just nothing done much before him. The standard was very low before him.
So if Darrell Vaz had failed in his appointment, yo, it's like what he's saying is that there was just nothing that was done. So any little thing that Darrell Vaz did, it seemed huge because the standard was that low. That is embarrassing, bro.
It's why it seems as if he's able to get a lot done. But if you have to be very, he has been able to, of the four of them, do the most.
Yeah, but the most that he has done is little to nothing.
Precisely so, because there was nothing done before, really.
Sabrina, we soon come back to you, sir.
Hello.
Jamaica, this is a 19-year-old law student that she went to the Carteret College. I have been closely monitoring this young firebrand that is coming up to be one of those powerhouses in a few more years. Give her a few more years, Jamaica, and mark my word that this young lady will be an authority in.
Hold on there, Sam Allen. So the great Ralston Iman warned them about it. You mean the electricity bill? And them never listen? Yo, I wish I can send me an article of that. Like one link for me play. Or want something for me read. Seriously, if you can find that, take my number. 1-876-451-6535. If you can find me an article where Ralston Iman won audition in 2016 about the electricity bill, him carrying in the tax them and repealing what the portion did do, I would love for you to send me a vocal, a clip, something, especially something written, something in the newspaper. That would be amazing, because you see, these are the types of things I want to show people, because these are important moments in our history, Not only did they change your portion though, but then warn him say if you do this, it will cause this, and then still they change it all now. Them not have no excuse. This is deliberate. They want to be in a poverty. They want to have highlight bill. There's no other explanation. Because 2 term now ain't no change. You understand what I say? Me want to see that clip. Them want to see that. Me want to read that. I want to read that.
In Jamaican political space.
I want to read that.
Sabrina Barnes.
Hello.
Talk to your young people today.
Listen that girl here.
Talk to your young people today.
Listen that young lady.
Talk to your young
this
people
brilliant
today.
young lady. Listen.
I mean, I think we're living in a country right now where we're always hearing that young people aren't necessarily interested in politics, and I think our rally on Sunday proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that young people are active, that we have reinvigorated our focus and we are back, and we understand what the politics looks like in our country. We understand the status quo, and we are also at a position to change it.
The politics of Jamaica right now is one of victimization. Because with what Marlene Malahoo said over the weekend, that they're clamping down on persons who have political interest in this country. This is bordering on the lines of dictatorship, ladies and gentlemen. How do we respond to this, Sabrina?
I think we need, as young people, to start using our voice and talk about participatory democracy and what a democracy should look like.
What does a healthy democracy look like? Wholeness getting a 3rd term?
Exactly. That is not what it looks like at all. Our democracy should reflect the lives of our people. It's people-driven politics. It's allowing the grassroots people to run the country. It's allowing the people of Jamaica to feel like owners of our society. And right now, I think it looks like we're working for the government. But we too have a part to play. And I really think that our people are left out. So...
Andre, I don't know if...
Yes, go ahead.
No, tell me where this young lady just lied a while ago. Where did she lie? When you have government officials uttering stuff like, we will not give up Jamaica to the PNP. Wait, what? I will not allow Jamaica to go back into PNP-ism. What? You won't allow, which is asserting that you have the authority to stop the democratic process of people voting. You see, you have to understand the gravity of these statements that is being made by Andrew Honest, Desmond Mackenzie, Everald Warmington. They are acting as if they have the authority, the power to stop me and you, Jamaicans, from deciding who we want to vote for and who we are going to vote for. What does he mean when he says he's not going to allow Jamaica to go back to PNP-ism? What does he mean by that? It is not your mandate. That is out of the scope of your responsibility or your power. If the people them choose the PNP as the government that them want to move them forward, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it democratically. So it's either you're going to decide to do something undemocratically to stop what is going to be inevitably the result of the election, you losing. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? I wish there was mainstream media reporters brave enough to ask Andrew a question I just asked a while ago. Craven here. I wish they did brave enough to ask Craven here that question they were asking a while ago. Because I don't know him say Mark Golden jump on power, but him jump on power. Because him really believe in his mind him have the power there to do that. Him is delusional. And he's going to have a rude awakening in this next election. Whether him call it or the Constitution call it, you better believe it. Rude awakening.
Yes, go ahead. Remember the conversation, So at any interval, both of you can just come in and join in. You understand? What were you saying now, Cleveland?
Yes.
I don't know if Marlene Malahoo for 10B a greater disappointment than what she is currently.
So you did have faith in her, Cleveland?
No, absolutely no. I just thought that there was there was a base that she couldn't go further below, but clearly,
Yo, I need my sound bites, bro. Yo. This 25-year-old young genius economist just put Marlon Malawu into context. Marlon Malawu Fort into context. I'm talking about man, and he's not lying, bro. When you hear the rest of but it's like these people in the JLP surprise you for all the wrong reasons. So like, it's not a good surprise. It's like, I never knew you could be that deceptive. I never knew you could go that low. That's what he's saying. You know? Listen, yo, man, shout out to Mr. Cleveland. Shout out to Mr. Cleveland.
You understand? What were you saying now, Cleveland?
Listen. I don't know if Marlene Malawi Ford can be a greater disappointment than what she is currently.
Yes.
But you did have faith in her, Cleveland?
No, absolutely no. I just thought that there was a base that she couldn't go further below, but clearly, she was the worst attorney general in Jamaica's history. Worst. In fact,
never tell a lie.
Majority of the legal defeats that the Homeless Administration suffered
was under her regime.
Under her stewardship. She's an utter and she's not doing well as a member of parliament, I gather. And I've been in West Central St. James. You know, I used to support in terms of being underground.
Yes.
Up the heart now, still support him 100%, but not.
So you're saying you're giving her notice already that she's on her way out?
Of course,
most definitely.
Her time is up. Andre will secure that constituency. I've gathered that Labourers themselves are not very happy with her, and comrades certainly are not fans of her. Yeah, she needs to go. She probably should have stayed in the legal fraternity and should not have come over to the executive branch. It's not fitting for her.
But even in the legal fraternity, she's not even respected or revered.
No, not at all.
To understand.
Sabrina, tell Jamaica today about your period poverty.
Boy. You see? Yeah, I'm gonna need that soundbite. I'm gonna need that soundbite. Anytime Marlene Malawi Fort poke up our head, I'm going to find that soundbite. Yeah, take your time, Sam. Take your time. Take your time.
Campaign.
Oh, well, as the statistic shows, 44% of Jamaican women and 42% of Jamaican young girls in school can't afford sanitary napkins or just menstrual hygiene products when they're on their
40+% of young women cannot afford menstrual hygiene products while in school. This is prosperity. Man, you cannot make this up, bro. What is going on right now, man? No, listen. I was shocked when I heard her say this, you know. My jaw was, the first time I watch it earlier today, I'm like, what? I'm like, nah, bro. Ain't no way that is true. She must have miscalculated. She must have miscalculated. And then I said, wait a minute. But she's a lawyer, pretty much. She's in law school. She ain't miscalculating nothing. You know what I'm saying? Lawyers are very, very precise. They deal with facts. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whoa, man, damn, bro. This is bad, man. I never knew it was this bad. So listen to her initiative.
Yeah. Now, period poverty sounds bad because it is bad. It is something that is affecting our young girls and our young women. And it derives from food insecurity. Simply put, if a young woman cannot afford $170 to buy a tin of mackerel, she can't afford food. She definitely cannot afford $650 plus tax to afford a pack of Stay Free. Now, the current Andrew Holness administration has taxation on sanitary napkins. So the fact that we can't afford it, which is the actual production cost, having consumption tax on
what? So all them say them not put no new bro.
That is also burdensome on our women. And I really think that we need an administration that understands and advocates on the rights of our young women and our young girls. Period poverty will continuously to affect rural women because rural women, they're using socks cardboard,
What?
napkin, tissue.
Yo, I did not hear this part so good. You telling me that there's girls in the rural areas that are using socks and cardboard for sanitary pad? What? Man, you gotta be shitting me, man. Hey, let me play that back. Ain't no goddamn way.
No,
Ain't
the
no
current
way, bro.
Andrew Holness administration has taxation
Nah.
on sanitary napkins. So the fact that we can't afford it, which is the actual production cost, having consumption tax on that is also burdensome on our women. And I really think that we need an administration that understands and advocates on the rights of our young women and our young girls. Period poverty will continuously to affect rural women because rural women, they're using socks, cardboard, napkin, tissue.
My God.
The discomfort and the lack thereof of hygienic products is something that doesn't get much attention. Obviously, we have the trailblazing organization, Her Flow Foundation, that really does its best to ensure that our young women are in school, because we spoke about absenteeism and how a lot of children aren't in school. A lot of young girls can't go to school on their periods. And issues like that are affecting our education system. They're affecting how our country's economy is looking. And that's why I could never agree with our government that leaves out the people, that are inconsiderate of the issues amongst our people. Period poverty is not prosperity. That is not what prosperity looks like. And every single day, especially on the University of the West Indies where I stay, it is my modus operandi to help alleviate period poverty here on campus. Because food insecurity is on campus, which means that period poverty is also here. And I can say that I'm probably one of the few students that sees this.
No, I've never been to university. But I've been close. When you have to move away from home, you know, and I have a sister that went to university, and, you know, she communicated to me some of the challenges of being in that space. Cola, big up. But you don't need anything to add on stress to you while being in university. You actually need more aid when you're in university, male and female. But in this instance, specifically what she's talking about, period poverty, that's stressful enough on the body and the mind. And then to add on to the fact that they can't afford that basic thing that they need. Like, bro, this is terrible, man. I never knew this. I never knew it was this bad, bro. I never knew this. Honestly.
As an issue, and it's actually actively helping.
I never knew this.
So the West Indies where I stay, it is my modus operandi to help alleviate period poverty here on campus. Because food insecurity is on campus, which means that period poverty is also here. And I can say that I'm probably one of the few students that sees this as an issue and is actually actively helping our young women here.
Hey, shout out to Sabrina Barnes for, you know, seeing the problem and actually doing something about it. Shout out to her for that.
You'll be lobbying European government to remove taxation on
and also
all hygiene products for
right, and also one of the activating voices to ensure that my administration has an annual investment to grassroots women and young schoolgirls to ensure that they have access to sanitary napkins in their schools.
So you're going to do an all-island campaign to see to it that these schoolgirls have access to sanitary napkins across the island. So you'll be partnering, therefore, with the Minister of Education, Interest, and the Ministry of Health. Clap our Jamaica. This tambourine is now.
Also,
no, make me clap. Yes. And also, Sabrina, what were you saying today?
Yes, and also education. The comprehensive sexuality education in our schools are lacking, because even though we have period poverty and students aren't able to access the products, we don't have enough education to our young girls, our young women on their hygienic health. And that's also a barrier in our society, because our young women are suffering from early onset infections because of this. So I really think that it's not only a multifaceted approach from a ministerial portfolio, but more so from a community-based portfolio, because our grassroots are forgotten. Our communities, the churches, the community centers are down. Young people don't have places for refuge, and it is so sad that as a young person I am talking on a platform about the lack thereof. There's nothing I can praise. The youth ministry that is a part of the Ministry of Education brags boastfully every single day about the things that they're achieving, yet still our young people are suffering. Something is not adding up.
So basically the government is boasting about what they have achieved, but the reality that these youth, which she's one of them that is in university and hear the cries of other that is there as well, is telling you the reality that they are facing. Something is not adding up. It's a facade, ladies and gentlemen, smokes and mirrors. What they're telling us is not what is actually happening. The people are not experiencing what they are telling us. It's like when them say only 20,000 Jamaican is unemployed. And I'm like, huh? Alright, so how many of the Jamaicans that are employed have a sustainable job, one that can pay their bills? Let's start there. That tear down the argument right there, so. It's nothing to boast about. Moving right along. This is just the reality, and versus what I must say is just, it's not adding up. It ain't adding up.
Wow.
And so I am not happy as a young leader, because I am hearing the pleas. The young people are coming to me about their laments. And I'm just 19, a first-year law student. There's not much I can do, and I am doing the best I can. I reach out to foundations, I get sanitary napkins, we go into communities, and we're offering support.
Well, I can tell you that I'm going to be partner.
Oh, them say the PMP don't have young people in a ear. This 19-year-old girl, she remind me of my little sister, but my little sister, you know, is probably a little bit taller than her. Yeah, that's it. But she remind me of my little sister. I'm telling you, brilliant, brilliant.
With you for your next campaign.
Thank you.
And you hear me say my little sister brilliant? Right now, my little sister want me to go back to college, you know. My little sister want me to finish college, sorry. My little sister want me to finish college. She want me to have that status there because she knows me. It's not a dunce. She want me to have that status there. Look at paperwork, she want me to have it. Because she know our brother. And she rate our brother. You hear me I tell her? But only me go to college, I have me well off financially. Because I, Rastafari, nah, go spend my money go to college like that. When the realities of life is not adding up for me afford that. You feel me I deal with? Yeah, at my age, no. Not doing it. Me I feel some money, man. Money I feel run like a river. So I go back to college. I finish college. Because my major was supposed to be architecture. Yeah, man. Little Bolo, man. Yeah, man. My major was supposed to be architecture. Believe.
Just know that when you're going to do this campaign, Partner Draw TV, and the myriads of women in the diaspora will be partnering with you. Just to make you know from
Love
now.
You.
Because we normally do diapers for the elderly, but I'm going to extend it to get some sanitary napkins for us to go into some of these schools and reach out to some of these rural communities, particularly who needs that kind of support. Cleveland.
Yes.
The state of the economy. The state of the economy is one that many would argue that is crippled. How are young people finding it now in these days in the economy, Cleveland?
Well, you need not look further than just the number of young Jamaicans leaving the island. The number of young Jamaicans who feel that they cannot satisfy life completely here in the island.
What a brilliant way to start that answer. No. You see, when they say prosperity, you know, all they have to look to that, you know. Why so much young youth to leave the island? I look for better. Why?
They don't think they can achieve that Jamaican dream. They don't think they can own a home. They don't think they can drive a car without being in significant debt. So they're leaving the shore of Jamaica to seek life elsewhere. And that's particularly because of the kind of real economy that we have. And I might be a bit technical, but I try to make it as accessible, the information I'm giving, as possible. The country has been able to achieve some stability. We call those macroeconomic stability, meaning we have achieved that debt sustainability. We have been able to bring down the amount of money that the country owes. We call that the public debt, as a representation of how much the country produces. We call that GDP. So we've been able to bring down the debt to GDP ratio. That's a marker of stability. We've been able to achieve healthy reserves. That's also another marker of stability. Inflation is within the target band of the BOJ, largely because of the BOJ, not because of the government. To be honest, it's the BOJ.
You hear that? All the things he mentioned about the economy, especially the debt and all of that, is because of the BOJ. There's certain legislation in place. I learned this some time ago, and I will continue to repeat it. Most of the stuff that the JLP is boasting about, they are not the architects of it. They are not responsible for it. They did not put the policies in place, and that is the reason why it is. No. They are not the ones that put the legislations in place, and that is no. They are not the ones. It's the PMP. It really is. I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. It sounds away, but it is. It is. The facts are just the facts. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
BOJ's monetary policies that have stabilized inflation. It's not the government. It's not Andrew Holness. Let's just say that outright. Because the BOJ is independent and their sole focus is to bring down inflation.
But all of these beautiful things you're explaining,
right.
They are failing the people's best.
Precisely, I'm getting it. So I'm making a distinction between that is what we call stability, but that is never the full picture of the economy.
No.
It can't give you a comprehensive picture of the economy.
That's why when them say certain things about such and such can yam, bullshit.
You the doctor, your blood pressure might be okay, but something is happening inside.
Your blood sugar.
You can't know by simply looking at the blood pressure results that say you're okay, you're stable. That's the kind of economy that we have. The real economy is problematic. When you look at the kinds of jobs that are being created, they are low quality jobs that cannot offer upward mobility in life. They cannot offer you sustainable income. The money that you get low income jobs is a pittance, to be honest, and nobody can build a quality life with that. But yes, still the administration boasts.
I want you guys to listen to that again. What he said about low income jobs. Listen.
Like you, the doctor, your blood pressure might be okay, but something is happening inside.
Your blood sugar.
So him do that
you
on
can't
purpose?
know by simply looking at the blood pressure results that say you're okay, you're stable. That's the kind of economy that we have. The real economy is problematic. When you look at the kinds of jobs that are being created, they are low quality jobs that cannot offer upward mobility in life. They cannot offer you sustainable income. The money that you get low income jobs is a pittance, to be honest, and nobody can build a quality life with that. But yes, the administration boasts about low unemployment. Yeah, more people are working, but the problem is that they are working for a little bit of money, and the problem is that cost of living has been a significant pressure on the Jamaican people. So the little bit of money with them are earned from these ad hoc, unsustainable jobs is not providing them with the capacity to sustain the living. So that is a problem with the real economy. They've not been able to grow the economy, and growth in the economy might sound like this big technical
Floyd,
term.
what's up?
What it simply is that the country is supposed to produce more and more each year, because when you produce more and more each year, the government gets more revenues. So when the government gets more revenues, the government can fix the road, they can fix the hospital, can fix education, you can get better services from government because government has more revenues.
So ladies and gentlemen, the more productive the Jamaican citizens are, the more productive the country is the more money the government will have for us to have better hospitals, for us to have better roads, water projects to make sure that pipes are running in every single part of Jamaica. Right? No, a PMP youth them are talking. These are representative of the People's National Party, you know. Cleveland Tomlinson and Miss, the young 19-year-old, you know. Right? What's her name again? Miss Barnes, Sabrina Barnes. Right? I'm so happy that Andre got these two on today because this was a conversation on Midday Connection that was phenomenal. This was a phenomenal conversation. And I hope other people cover this because there's so much gems that was dropped. Telling you.
Because it's able to generate those revenues in an organic way from more production that takes place in the economy. But what you find happening is that we're not producing more and more each year. In fact, we're producing less, actually. And the economy is falling in terms of growth. Well, we've had last year 2 consecutive quarters of declining growth. So I don't want people to hear the term growth in the economy and think it's so disconnected from their life. If you don't have growth in the economy, you're not going to get the good road them, you're not get the hospital services improved, you're not going to get the educational services, and we're going to kind of have a sort of underdeveloped country. And the administration has not grown the economy. In fact, when I said on Sunday that the minister, you know, I think she's so detached from reality, the finance. Because in January, the Statins said that the economy grew by 1.1%. And the minister came to say that that is strong growth. It was very disheartening for me, even though I said something on the platform Sunday. But when you really look at it, it's very disheartening when you hear that the minister is celebrating 1.1% growth. 1.1% is low.
What's your name? Feel Bad Williams. Majoring in the minor. Celebrating 1.1% growth. How embarrassing. You hear what the youths think? You know, I was sitting here yesterday, right where I'm at right now. And an elder said, it doesn't matter who win, you know. Whether PNP or JLP, we just have to live. We just have to go on. And I'm like, that is a speech of failure. No wonder the youth them not listen to them. No wonder the youth them not listen to older people. Because they reach for living their life where they give up. And the youth them not depend that. The youth they want tangible results. The youth they want change. The youth they want money. They want prosperity. They want can buy them their house. They want can buy the car they dream. The youth they want results. So when you go say, if PMP win a does so, if JLP win a does so, that is a defeated mentality. Marcus Garvey tell you, if you are defeated mentally, you're twice defeated in the race of life. There's a lot of Jamaicans walking around here defeated. And then Sabrina Barnes mentioned earlier about the A-list people that said to themselves, oh, I'm not going to vote. You don't need to stop them foolishness there. You don't need to vote. Because when the attack clubs come down, you could have been the change, make the right person go in a power. And because you don't vote, the wrong person go in a power. And then everybody's life gets freaked, including your one. Including your one. Listen, there's so much examples I can show. I used to be like that. I used to think like that, and I regretted thinking like that for years. I never used to enough voting thing. Vote what? Vote where? I never did depend that. Because the things of the two parties them are the same thing. I'm going to tell people, for those who really believe that the two parties is the same thing, you go vote for the UIC then. You don't have no excuse. Vote. Vote for somebody. You know so the JLP are foolishness. You see foolishness that they do for 10 years. You know so them a mash up the country. You have two options. I say it all the while. You have the PMP and you have the UIC. You no go out, go vote and stop make excuses. The only thing with the advice you to do is not vote JLP. And I say that without apology. That are the only thing with the advice. No vote for everybody else but JLP. Everybody else but JLP. That I only thing me I say. But vote, man. Go get to no ID, man. Go collect on no ID. and go vote and stop the foolishness. Like up the video, man. Like up the video, tap the screen like this. Let me get 100 likes right now. 100 likes. Double tap the screen like this, right in the middle. Just like this. Tap up the screen, man. Taps. We don't need no roses. If you want to donate, you have the Cash App information there, the PayPal information, both the link and the name, and you have the Zelle. If you not go Zelle, me make sure so you hit me with the screenshot on either Instagram, Win with Bolo on Instagram. Well, no, I'm gonna do Facebook. Yeah, you can hit me on WhatsApp. Alright? Let's continue.
Minister is celebrating 1.1% growth. 1.1% is low. That
she has to celebrate from where she's coming from. 0.
Negative.
Point nothing growth. Remember last year she had
growth.
She had nominal growth last year, you know. So where she's coming from, she has to celebrate the pro-box regime and the pro-box era.
Yeah, if she did come say, well, we have a positive quarter, I'm like, okay, can understand. But she come on and say we have strong growth. You cannot improve quality of life with 1.1. And you know what's worse? It's not just for this quarter that, you know, we are expected to see 1.1% growth.
Hey, shout out to Pleasant Gift, watching from France out of interest. Can't tell me some platform not international. May have people from UK, may have people from France. Hey, Pleasant Gift, please share this live. Share this live with the people in France so we can expand the platform. Alright? Big up yourself, I appreciate that. Alright? Big up the people in from Africa. Share the live same way so we can spread the platform. Share up the thing. You see what I deal with? That is it. No joke. Let's continue.
The government, in the fiscal policy paper that the minister tabled in February of this year, when they presented the new budget documents, and the FIMI number them and the PMP number are favorable numbers, it's her ministry that produced them. They are projecting that up to 2029, the economy will only grow by 1% on average, roughly 1%.
Only hear that? The projection for 2029 in Jamaica is an average of 1.1% growth. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. Beautiful day. I hear what you're saying, you know. But we're going to work with what they're saying. Even if they're saying that, it's still nothing. It's still nothing. That now move no needle. That's not advancing the country. We're not building millionaires and thousandaires out of that. People are still living hand to mouth under that type of lack of production.
About in this fiscal year 2025 to 2026, they're looking at 2.2% growth thereabout, but some of that is recovery growth from the slump that we had last year, the contraction. But after the fiscal year going forward, they are projecting that the economy will grow 1% up to 2030. A madness that.
Foolishness.
Straight madness.
Foolishness.
Straight madness.
Because you're not producing.
Yeah.
You're not sorting out the issue of electricity consumption.
Yes.
Right. Cost of
energy is a major issue.
Yes.
You're not talking about high skill, high prone jobs. You're not talking about improving the labor force in a way. You're not talking about improving. Me know it, you know, me not be an economist like you, Cleveland and Sabrina the liar, but I know the macro and the micro.
You know it, because let me tell you, you know it. Economics, you know, it might sound technical when people like me say it because, you know, I'm an
economist. What I'm going to do?
Life, it's life.
What I'm going to do, you go help me and I go help you. You go help me get the technicalities and I go help you explain to the people them. Because we're not going to be any more failed bad round here in the next administration. We're going to sit down. We're going to explain to the Jamaican people what is happening. We're going to explain to the Jamaican people inflation. But Cleveland, can you believe? Our bread in 2016 when Mama P was leaving was about $230, $250. And the bread is $700 now.
Yeah.
You want to hear that? If you want, for the people out there that want to understand how bad things are, just this is a simple graph comparison for you to understand how poor the economy is. A bread was $200 and something in 2015, and now it's over $700. What that means is it has not only doubled. Well, yeah, it has doubled. It's almost tripled the amount. It's like 260 to 70% of the cost of what bread was. And that is mainly because of electricity. Flour not gone up so much, you know? Flour not gone up so much. The electricity bill is so high. So the persons that we have produce bread, them have to go charge you. Them now go take the money out of them pocket to pay extra for the bread. Them are going to charge you, the Jamaican people. Yes, we have been overly dependent on imports since this government has come into power. The import bill has almost doubled what it was in 2015. We weren't importing so much things. We have farmers out here. They have not supported the farmers, so the productivity has gone down. It's just the truth. Right? It's just the truth. But all of that will be corrected when the People's National Party come into power. Because the plans that they have for farmers is no joke. It's no joke. The plans that they have for farmers is no joke. Because they understand that the productivity has to increase for the economy to grow and for people's lives to be better. So you have to support the farmers. You have to give them lands. You have to make sure the water is running to the areas them. You feel what I say? You have to make sure they have proper roads. Or you have family in Westmoreland. Big up yourself and big up Westmoreland. Because Westmoreland right now really need it. Westmoreland really need the support.
It's about $230, $250, and the bread is $700 now.
Yeah, cost of energy has a lot to do with that. Because cost of energy has increased for the manufacturer. Remember, no, when you go to a supermarket to buy a product, remember, no, there are different components that make up what the price of that product is. The two main components, or let's say three components, is the cost of the product. So the manufacturer have to make back the money we have spent to make the bread, you know, that I want.
Then you
go put on film, like a top up on, you know, film like a premium, can make film like a markups, him can make him profit, you know, and then tax. Those are the three things that make up the price of a bread. So if the cost of energy increases, meaning the manufacturer pay more light bill more for light bill in 2024 than he was paying in 2016, he's going to pass that cost to the consumer. You see the cost of production component of the bread, he's going to push it up. The increase of him facing a light bill, him not going to take that.
Nah, take it.
The consumer get
I consumer get the bitter part of the
bill. Pay for it.
Yeah.
So the bread price go up. So cost is very important.
But Sabrina, you cannot choose the
I hope you guys understand that. The cost of electricity going up means the cost of everything going up. Because electricity is used to produce almost every single product we use. You understand? The bread, all of them up there. Any manufacturing company, electricity. So if the electricity bill high, the product where them are produced, they are going to charge you more to supplement the cost of their electricity bill. They're not going to take it out of them pocket. They're not going to reduce for them profit. Because electricity gone, you the customer have to pay for it. Simple logics. You understand?
Choose the people. You cannot choose Jamaica if you don't choose the people. It's a profound statement from the former president of the Guild of Students.
Yeah.
Sabrina, being on the campus right now and listening to the students, tell me, has Perry Cummings Jr. started a fire on the campus that is about to ignite?
I mean, he is exiting. So he's also an exiting student. I think Perry's advocacy.
So Perry are the guy where they did the youth rally where come on when she named Miss Senator Gabriela Morris was up there. You see me? Listen what she have to say about Perry. For those that video they viral, they all over TikTok and everywhere. You're supposed to see it.
As past Guild president, has always been in his own right through his own sort of advocacy. And I think on Sunday was really the first time he has announced his political standing or, you know, inclination.
And I saw you were in your element.
Yeah, I was yes. Let me tell you, as a young person, I really think, especially the Jamaica Labour Party, they're very inclusive when it comes to even young people standing up for politics. I see a lot of young people that are a part of the Jamaica Labour Party. I don't know why, but they are treated good in this administration. And I really think it's not the same for us who are comrades. And I believe that I don't care what anybody wants to say. If I believe in something, I'm going to stand on what I believe in. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I'm sorry, I will not choose to sit in a country where I know I have sense, I understand what is happening, and I will sit by and talk about how I am, what they say, apolitical, or they choose not to support a party, or because they don't want to, you know, anybody to say anything bad to them. I'm like, at this point, I do understand.
You see, what this young lady is demonstrating is the bravery to do something, the bravery to be an advocate. A lot of people want to sit by and they don't want to say, you know, I support this party, I support that party, because they don't want to get the backlash from people. Me no business. Me no care. I don't listen. Me there at the point of my life where I don't give up. You understand what I'm saying? I don't business. I realize that these politicians affect my real life. You understand what I say? That's what I realize. I realize that politicians affect my real life. My everyday life, them affect it. Them have the power to affect my real life by what they do. Look on the one thing where all the shall do in 2016, where affect all our life. By bringing in the income tax back where Porsche take out. So we light bill then skyrocket. That one little thing they want to do, that one decision they want to make, has been affecting us from that point till now. So you out there where you talk about, you not vote, and you not really understand the gravity of the power of politicians when they're put into representation for you. So you have to be careful who you put in a representation, because then can mean you making money or you not making any money and suffering. One side, you see, I don't like nobody affecting my money. And that is why I'm going to make my voice as loud as blows and skirt on my platform. And me not make nothing stop me. But death itself. I will pray to God and ask God for protection. As long as God give me life, me nah stop talk. Because them affect me real life. You see, if what them do never affect me real life, them could have do it. I'm in a business. But them affect me real life, so me have a problem with them what them do. When them do, me have a problem because me say it affect me negatively. You understand? You get it? So when you're not going to say, oh, Red, no, it's not like what you think. You have to care because it's going to affect your children. Not only you, you know. Imagine your child born in Jamaica. And before them born, them have a bill with them owe. And that the government do, you know. The government are put with putting them in a debt. Before them even born, before they're even here, before they even concept, before you have sex with a girl. Before you come together. The picnic owe money. The unborn child. Can you imagine? That is some deep shit, you know. So I learned just a few years ago how much politicians affect my real life and my generation to come. And I'll be damned if I sit here and see them and mash up the country and see them and mash up my pitney life when I'm born yet. And I don't advocate for change. You must be joking, man. You must be joking. No, it can't work, especially if you have pitney now. I'm only supposed to have a step to the fore bigger than everybody else. I'm only supposed to be on the front line for change. If you have a child, you should be on the front line for change. I don't feel comfortable having children in Jamaica. And I love my country. But as it is right now, something has to change for me to get comfortable having children in Jamaica. The man is planning to teach our kids that they are girls when they are boys. I am not comfortable with that. They're planning to teach our boys that they are our girls that they are boys when they are girls. I am not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with sending my kids to public school and having them teach them that. No, I will not have children in a country that is doing that. You mad? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, I don't have any children yet, right? And I have a choice. That's me. You have kids already? That's what I'm saying. You supposed to fight on the battlefield harder than me. You supposed to advocate harder than me because you already have children. You already have children. But you guys don't even understand what is going on. This government signed the Samoa Agreement from 2024, December 13. Is it 2023? 2023, December 14, I believe. Is it 2023? 2023, December 14. December 14, 2023. And I can go look it up right now. Hold on. Let me play this in the meantime.
Anybody to say anything bad to them? I'm like, at this point, I do understand that we're not going to be treated the best. I do understand that young people like myself will probably start being suppressed. But
no, man, remember the administration going to change in another few weeks, you know.
right.
And you're going to have a mark holding.
Tell them,
you're going to have a
Andre.
mark holding that looks out for young people.
Tell them,
you're going to have a
Andre.
Dayton camp that protects the young
Yes.
people. So only not have nothing for. I have a Andre Stevens who's going to be the watchdog and the vanguard against.
Them get
vanguard against that kind of victimization that is to come.
Yes.
So if anybody think them can bully you know and do anything, man, once Andre Stevens ball out at night time on Partner TV, things will be sit back and the precedents will be back in alignment with what needs to be done. But where do you go from here, Cleveland? You're talking to I want you particularly to talk to the articulated minority, or what we would call the undecided youth. I want you to reason with them today, Cleveland. Tell them why they should choose the People's National Party.
Yeah, you know, that's an excellent point. I'm happy you give me up.
All right, so if you can read right here, so let me just turn up my oh shoot. Hope you can see it clear. The Samoa Agreement was signed November 15, 2023. The articles, you can look at the Jamaica Gleaner, you can look at the European Parliament, you can look at African Caribbean, you can look at nationwide. Jamaica signs the Samoa Agreement. You can look at the Observer. There's many different news sources you can look at. But the Samoa Agreement was signed. And most of the articles that came out, how you doing, Donna? Most of the articles that came out about the Samoa Agreement in Jamaica, it came out December 14th. 1 month after, December 14, 2023. So it was actually signed November 14th. A partnership between the European Union and the Organization of Africa. Now, I saw a video of somebody, I don't remember what the lady's name was, but she was saying that if they didn't sign the Samoa Agreement, that they would not be getting certain grants and favors and money from the UN. So they are justifying signing away our youths to the colorful community, teaching them in schools about the sexual preferences of the colorful community. Anything that is anti-heterosexual, the Samoa Agreement is about. Anything that is anti-heterosexual, the Samoa Agreement is about that. And this government, under Andrew Ones, signed the Samoa Agreement. And their excuse is, one of the excuses that I heard, is that if they didn't sign it, they would not be getting certain benefits from the UN. Well, how about telling the UN to take their benefits and shove it? How about that? How about you put in the effort in helping the farmers to increase productivity so we can have food security? How about you preserving the culture of Jamaica? Why you think them want to? And you see, I'm going to go off on a tangent right now because I'm very passionate about this. How about you putting in the money in the farmers them to increase productivity? The fishers them, the people that go out there and fish for lobsters and all that. How about putting the money into that? But you're going to tell us that you didn't have a choice? Bullshit! Everybody has a choice. What you think Ibrahim tried? The man, no disrespect to the people in France that are in France, but the man said to France, said, brother, you in my country, it don't benefit my country. Leave. Leave. And any well-thinking country and leader will do the same thing. You're not benefiting my people. Leave. So why is it that the Jamaica Labour Party is trying to convince people that they had to do something? It come like a Cuban doctor them. Them never have a send with the Cuban doctor them. Them could have taken a stance, look at healthcare deteriorating at a rapid pace to the point that Christopher Tuft and Afiatel will say it is in a crisis. Him finally have to admit, so we're in a one crisis. Where you think the crisis start from? The man dash with the Cuban doctor them. The man dash with the Cuban doctor them. We must in a damn crisis. Yo, listen man. Using a cranium, man. Using a brain. These people are not advocating for the benefit of us, the Jamaican people. They are not. They are selfish. It's all about themselves and them own, because all of these grants that they get from the UN. If the Auditor General is not getting proper audits, where are those monies going? I ask again, if the Auditor General is not getting proper audits, meaning that they are not giving them the receipts to show that they spend the monies that they got in this way in different ministries, what about the grants that we're getting from these UNs and these countries for various things, all these US dollars? Where is the money? Where them do with the money? Is it possible that them rob up the money? I'm just asking, is it possible? And if they didn't get the grants, could they rob up the money? Listen, it's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. It truly isn't rocket science. I'm telling you, skullduggery at its finest.
Yeah, to talk about it. Because when I chose the PNP, I didn't do it whimsically. I didn't do it because, I was raised in a household that had a favorable view of the PNP. I made that choice because of my own intellectual assessment of the histories of the two parties, yes, and the work that the parties have done to advance Jamaica. And then I found objectively that what the PNP has done in all its years in office far supersedes anything that the Honest administration has done. If you
listen to me, when me look on the two party them, the PNP are lead the JLP by a landslide. JLP are wicked. I come to the conclusion that myself, based off of the history and the facts. My mother never tell me to vote PNP. My father never tell me to vote PNP. Nobody can program me. Nobody. Me look on the thing for myself. Me look on the actions of Mark Golding. Like when he goes to Babs and give the youth them up a Ukrainian money and say, wanna come home. But Andrew wants to tell him, say, oh, I'll give you a loan. What can go so? What can go so? What can go so? Terrible, man. You know, a whole heap of comments me miss, and I don't mean to miss them. I'm sure I still want to make my people them. Joanne Sinclair, big up yourself. Dana Whittaker, big up. Who else I saw? Did I see Patricia? Long time I see Patricia now. What's she there? My boy don't know us last summer and Patricia. McQueen and Sassy. One of them. Them wicked, man. Them wicked.
If you look today in the country, most of the critical institutions
Top up the screen, guys.
Government points to say, oh, the NHF is doing this, the JUTC is doing that, was created by the People's National Party. So
the People's National Party is an institutionalist.
Precisely so. The DNA of the People's National Party is ingrained in the development of Jamaica. And we make no apology to history for that. So
So, ladies and gentlemen, all of the agencies, the institutions that is benefiting the country, 99% of them, 95% of them, it was the PMP that built those institutions. And the JLP is trying to take credit for it. So when they say, oh, we have this, and this is happening, and we were ready for this storm, and we were ready for that, they never told you that those funds, that place that they took the money from, was the PMP the PMP funds. Oh, and the teacher, Damian Crawford, went into Parliament and broke that down to some effect. After Andrew Jones' 5-hour budget speech, I tried to tear down the PMP. Damian Crawford had to go in there and right the wrongs and the lies that was told by Andrew Jones. You understand, Mr. Craven? Oh, God.
And then if you observe me, you know, I might be a bit technical now, but in terms of political philosophy, you know, if you look at we have what we call a political spectrum. You have left, center, then right, you know. I know that the political ideologies in this era are not as wide
as once.
You're right, in the 90s, in the 80s, 70s. But I'm typically a progressive. I'm typically a liberal person. I'm typically on the left, you know, not radically left, but in that direction. So
and that is something we're going to explain one of these days, Jamaica.
Yeah.
How we have become liberals and Democrats and how we have become socialists. We're going to talk about neocolonialism. We're going to have that discussion one of these days because the conservatives have really what the Labour Party has done over the years. They have taken leftist approach to carry themselves in government, and then they have ruled with conservative principles. Something we need to look at because.
Right. When they're seeking power, you know, they utter some progressive narratives, you know, that find favor with progressives. And then when they go to power, they carry out a conservative agenda.
A conservative agenda mash up people, rubbish people, and let people. You see how the hospitals are, Jamaica? You see how the school system is? Them never build one school, and the man say, we're in a country band for build school and daycare center. Go and deal with him business tonight, you see, Jamaica.
So, ladies and gentlemen, within an hour, Panaja TV and Andre Stevens is going to deal with Andrew Owen's spanning birthday. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic.
I'm going to deal with him business tonight.
I can't wait to hear that.
I'm giving you a warning that I'm going to deal with him business tonight.
I am giving you a warning.
As I'm birthday today. Happy birthday, Master 28. Only time I'm going to tell you happy birthday.
Andre, let me know some birthday now. At this point, when I was listening, Andre Stevens let me know say Andrew on his birthday. AKA Craven, AKA Mr. 28. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Master 28, but I'm going to deal with them
Master
tonight.
28.
Yes,
sorry.
Cleveland, continue telling the young people tonight. Today.
Yeah, that's why I chose the PNP. But let's come out of the past and kind of look at what's happening right now.
Yes,
I think an important question you should ask yourself is, do you see yourself earning income in the country right now to the extent that you can say that you will be able to live a sufficient, a satisfactory quality?
No, that's a good question. And let me tell you this. From a perspective, I've been a content creator here on YouTube. I'm being a Jamaican and registered under YouTube as a Jamaican. I have limitations in how I can earn. Why is that? Overseas does not trust the Jamaican banking system in Jamaica. They don't. If they did, the country would be open to the earning possibilities of those that are in America. As close as we are to America, the Jamaican content creators that live in Jamaica, that don't have a family member overseas, that can register them platform, right? I don't know how them do it, right? But I believe what they do is, anybody where see have super chats in Jamaica, their platform is not registered in Jamaica. Their platforms is started overseas, but they operate it in Jamaica. So that's why they can have super chats. Or Jamaica was open to super chat at one point, but for some reason, maybe it was the point where they violate the IMF. I don't know. Maybe it's the point where the IMF decided, listen, we're not going to deal with Jamaica anymore on that level. Maybe they broke the bridge of trust where the banking system and the economy is concerned. I don't know. I don't know if it was that we could get super chat at one time. I know we cannot. So I'm not saying that that's what happened. Let me be clear. Zine, but what I'm saying is, my experience is I cannot get super chats. I cannot get, what do you call it? I cannot get memberships. That is an increased earning potential for my platform that I am being stifled for because I live in Jamaica. I don't wonder why people want to leave Jamaica. My platform, at the amount of subs I have, if I could get super chats, I could earn an extra on membership. I could earn an extra 2,500 US for the month. On average, for where I'm at right now, and as the channel increase, it could be more. But because I live in Jamaica, that is cut. So you see the disadvantage? You see the disadvantage? Because the banking system, they don't trust the banking system in Jamaica. Too much corruption and skullduggery. Our corruption index is very low. We are at 44. Anything beyond under 50 is bad. The corruption index has dropped under this government, and that's a fact. Portia Simpson did well to carry us up closer to 50. This government has brought us back down to 44. And you cannot ignore these facts. The truth is the truth. So Houston, we have a serious problem. It is not only affecting me, I'm sure it's affecting other people that are content creators in Jamaica. I am certain. The potential in the creative industry is immense. It is absolutely immense. If you grow your channel and attract the right set of people to your platform, depending on what it is that you are doing, it doesn't have to be political commentary or news in Jamaica, right? You could be a fisherman and do deep sea diving. Your content is going to get a lot of traction. You could live in the hills and the mountains of Blue Mountain, and you can have different content of teaching them about the herbs and the trees and just living in that area, and attract people to Jamaica to fly down to come and go to the Blue Mountains. You could have a property up there where you could attract through your platform to get more revenue. And that's revenue for Jamaica at the same time. Because people have to fly in, them have to stay somewhere. You get the picture. So, through the creative industry, we the people, right, can actually contribute to our country's productivity. So when we see the PMP goes above and say, all right, we're going to put a $1 billion fund for the creative industry, I said, yes, that is it. They are thinking outside of the box. They might think about everybody. You understand? When them say, all right, but we know what we're going to do? We're going to take down certain taxes off of equipment. Like what? Like computers. Computers are very expensive, you know. Right now, we need a phone. Like me telling you. See there? See there? Phone a mash up. At any day now, this phone can go fully dark and I can't see nothing on the screen. And this is my main phone that I use for my job. You understand? That's my main phone. So when you have them thinking about the creative industry like that, I'm telling you, I am very, very pleased about the policies and plans of the People's National Party. I have listened to them very carefully, and I realize that they are thinking about everybody in every industry. If you're a person that don't have a business, you could be a person who even wash, well, I don't know. People who wash car and them something, I don't even know if they get pay slip. If you don't get, the fact of the matter is, if you don't get a pay slip, they are thinking about you. Because you can't go to the bank, and get no loan, because you don't have a pay slip. The bank won't prove, say you earn certain amount of money. But you can own a home under the People's National Party with the rent-to-own initiative. That is progressive. That is progressive. That is going to increase home ownership. You see me? Let's continue. I'm just saying, man, you got to think about these things.
A satisfactory quality of life. Do you think you can purchase a vehicle without having to be burdened by significant debt? How is your student loan arrangement? Are you able to finance your tertiary education?
Yes.
And if you are going to pursue student loan financing from the Bureau, what are the arrangements that will exist with respect to your capacity to repay that loan, the labor market to absorb you? Those are some key factors that you have to consider. So when you look at what the PNP proposes in terms of its policy platform, it's far superior than the Jamaica Labour Party. And this one that I will talk about will resonate with young people, because many young Jamaicans finance their tertiary education through... So we have a suite of reforms. You know why I'm so passionate about these reforms?
Listen.
Because I sat in the very room when they were being designed. Then and I and a team, we worked on the budget presentation, and we crafted, we thought through, we examined the issues, and we came up with these policy proposals.
So Mr. Cleveland Tom Linson, the 25-year-old, sat in the room with Julian Robinson and the rest of the team and crafted the proposals for the budget. The PNP has included young people in the plans, the integral plans moving forward. They have given the young people a voice. I want to listen that again. And I'm going to go even further. These are the part that I was most impressed about, and I did not know. Listen to this.
About will resonate with young people, because many young Jamaicans finance their tertiary education through... So we have a suite of reforms. You know why I'm so passionate about these reforms? Because I sat in the very room when they were being designed. Then and I and a team, we worked on the budget presentation, and we crafted, we thought through, we examined the issues, and we came up with these policy proposals to respond to the challenges. So some of these are very passionate for me. The EASE program for people, I was in the room. I remember when Julian said, we need something that will alleviate the cost of living pressure. We need to ease the pressure. And you said, at ease we're going to call it. And then I said, listen, we'll probably need to call it ensuring adequate sustenance for education. And then that's where the name came from. EASE.
EASE, ensuring adequate sustenance for education. You hear what Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson said? As a young man, 25-year-old, was in the room when these ideas were being formulated. And he was a key member, a key component, a key contributor in formulating those ideas that is going to benefit the youth. While he's a youth himself, just out of college. So you see, the PNP has included young people in the plans for their own future. He is closer to the situation than me and you. Him just a come out of college, him understand the struggles where him go through in the last 7 years. And him understand the struggles where the people behind him, the young people behind him is going through. And him craft out a plan to make sure so the youth them can go school. The RIDE program, the EASE program. I tell you, he was there. This was what I was most impressed about in this interview. And this is what I did not know this. Listen.
EASE. So I treat these policy positions very personal, because I understand that they are geared towards fundamentally responding to the challenges, not in an artificial way.
Which high school you went?
I went to Dinton, I went to Dinton Technical. I'm from Northwest St. Catherine. Robert Pickersgill was my MP. Then, Hugh Graham, kind of in the limbo. But Crawford...
But Crawford will return your constituency to the time of its greatness.
Oh, yeah,
Of course, precisely. So very sad about what's happening with it now. But
what you studied at the university?
Economics. I am an economic practitioner. So my career, my professional career right now is investment banking, and my...
How old are you in Cleveland?
I'm 25 though.
You're 25. And Sabrina 29. Oh, no, 19. No, she act like a 29-year-old,
I don't.
No, she don't, She actually act like a 19-year-old. But the caveat to that is when it comes on to the political science of the country, she's very mature. Because she's involved herself so early in it, and she understands. To me, she's a people person, because the youth in her school come to her and like, yo, we have these problems. So she has already taken on the role of a servant for the people at a very, very young age, and she's doing what she can with the limited resources that she does have. You understand? Creating a program called period poverty, right? Helping young women to access simple things like those sanitary tools that they need when they because they cannot afford it. That's a very, very sensitive thing. As a woman, she understands, and as a young lady, she understands. As a lawyer in the making, she understands, right? And she's doing what she can. She's an advocate for the youth that is younger than her. So she's starting from a very young age to serve her people, right? And she's been given an opportunity by Mark Golding, right? She's been given an opportunity by Mark Golding to have a voice within the party. Not only a voice, but to given the power to advocate for those youth through that voice. You can't. Like, you have to respect this.
No, your maturity is like an adult, and I appreciate you, Sabrina. That she going somewhere, Jamaica. I love this little bononos, She know that I love her. And I am monitoring her to see to it that she becomes guild president very soon. And Partner Draw TV will be on. I'm giving notice from now that if Sabrina decides to go for guild president, Andre Stefano Stevens and Partner Draw TV will be the campaign manager.
These young people need to be protected. You understand what I'm saying? They need to be protected at all costs. At all costs. As Jamaicans, we need to protect the minds that they are, because they have a genuine urge to serve the people. They need to be protected.
I'm giving notice from now.
Pray for
Jamaica, this little one.
Pray for them.
She is pragmatic. She's dynamic. She's very thought-provocative. She knows where she wants to go. She's very ambitious. And you see, when young people have ambition in life, we must support them.
Yes.
And we're going to support you, Sabrina, with your ending period poverty campaign.
Most
But
definitely.
what you want, you want to make a call today to the young people of Jamaica. I want you to make that call right now.
I want our young people to analyze our current living. Even if you're working, you're actually working to go back to work. Even if you're attending school, you're wondering where the money is coming from. You have the aspirations and the ambitions to come out of rural communities and to make better yourselves and for your families.
Yes.
That decision is all linked to politics. We like to run away from it. We like to speak about the corruption. We like to make excuses for our lack of participation. We have a part to play. The election result, the youthful voters will help the voting patterns in our country to change. We can't live in a Jamaica where we're uncomfortable and choosing not to vote.
Come
The
on.
vote is not a privilege, it's
Preach.
a right that we must utilize
Preach.
to ensure that we change the status quo.
Preach.
That we're taking our future into our own hands and saying that this is a Jamaica that I want to live in.
Yes.
The Jamaican dream.
You hear that? You hear that, Sean? Sean, that party I feel, you know. Listen to that party. This is a girl, a 19-year-old like you.
And for your
Listen to
families.
that party. This party is for you.
To the young people of Jamaica.
Talk to them.
I want you to make that call right now.
Yes.
I want our young people to analyze our current living, to play. The election result, the youthful voters will help the voting patterns in our country to change.
Yes.
We can't live in a Jamaica where we're uncomfortable and choosing not to vote.
Yes.
The vote is not a privilege, it's a right that we must utilize.
Talk about
to ensure that we change the status quo. That we're taking our future into our own hands and saying that this is a Jamaica that I want to live in.
Yes.
The Jamaican dream used to be the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and to do business, and we can hardly live. Young people, it's our time. Yes. It's our future. It's our Jamaica. And that is an important message. I like to say that nothing for us without us is for us. And that simply means, just like when Cleveland said that he was in the room when policies were being formed to make Jamaica a better place, that we too have a part to play. This wholeness administration does not believe in young people. He does not include young people.
No, they don't include young people.
We have seen how wicked and uncaring and unconscious this government is. And there's more that we can do as young people.
Yes.
Whenever the election is called.
Talk about it.
Yes. Our vote matters.
Young people.
And the vote behind that vote matters. Because I'm not just voting because I know I have the right to vote and I will vote because it's a democracy. I'm also voting because when I vote, I have a louder voice. I will be holding my political representatives to account. I will ensure.
I tell people all the while, nobody feel like say them are going to come in a power and them have to make sure so that everything when they tell us them are going to do, them do it. Me go hard upon the golden administration than I am on Andrew Holness. Listen to me, I am going to be harder on the golden administration than I am on Andrew Holness. Believe
that they are working on behalf of the youth.
Of course.
Yes, I am a strong and proud member of the People's National Party, but my representatives too will be held to account on behalf of the People's National Party youth organization. We're the left conscience of the party. We speak to our political representatives. They take us seriously. We young people need to stand up for something right and make our government take us seriously.
Of course.
Take us seriously.
We're not just the future. We are right now. The things
that part they lick my soul. Young people, you are not just the future. You are right now. Stand up and take your place and take action. And take your own future in your own hands. And it might sound cliche, but getting out and vote is a part of that decision. Mystic Sensation live in a 30 minutes. Mighty God. Gluttonousness, that go wicked.
We can do will prove to us that our future is bright. I know my future is bright, not only because I have worked hard, but because I have faith and hope in a government to come. A government that will give the Jamaica Labour Party a rude awakening, that will prove to them that the people have power, not the people in power. The people of Jamaica have power.
Yes.
Jamaica.
Yes.
Our country is dying because our people aren't motivated.
Literally.
Our people are fed up and frustrated.
Literally.
Is your political icon in the Caribbean Mia Motley?
Yes, I love her so much.
Yo, Andre good enough. I don't know how he knew that. But for this young lady to have Mayor Motley, Senator Donna Scott Motley as her political idol, this girl is going places. Yeah, man, Sabrina Barnes, you're going to hear that name. Yeah, man, God protect her. You're going to hear this young lady's name. Trust me. You see, Gabriela Morris, all of them, man, listen. Yo, they're going to do some things for this country, in service of this country. Remember me tell you that. Fully support them.
I saw Amia
what's
Motley
going
coming
on?
out of you.
I love her so much.
And then Cleveland.
That is a good.
Cleveland reminds
That is a good role model to have as a political, a young political mind. You alright? Mrs. Donna Scott Motley. Joanne Walden, big up. ABR News, big up yourself, sis. Hey, you know, say, ABI, I look for you today, I wonder how I'm going to see you. One thing I see you do this morning, I'm going to see no other content. You look like a busy man, look like life is life in.
It's so much Jamaica of a man like Reverend Ronnie Twaits that can stand on any issue and debate it.
Yeah, Reverend Thwaites is an intellectual giant. I've long admired him from his education minister. Yeah, so I'm quite satisfied with me to Reverend Thwaites. But like Sabrina, I really, really admire Mia. What I admire is her courage and her strength to speak truth to power inside and outside halls of power, to stand for what she fundamentally believes, a principled position. Yeah, fully admire Mia. Ralph is a good guy too. So yeah.
Yes, Jamaica. I want to say to you both that your future in politics is bright, and I look forward being at tables with you from a perspective of media, from the perspective of governance, to see to it that Jamaica is restored. As a member of the Fourth Estate, I have a duty to protect democracy. And not because I entertain you both right now and give you an opportunity to speak in front of the foolishness and the no, so I'm not going to come in front of Partner Draw TV and be called out.
Quite away.
I stand on the...
Yo, you see, that's the difference, you know, between some of these content creators and networks that is just you know, gobbling up and just deriding the Jamaica Labour Party, you know. Them can't speak against the Jamaica Labour Party, you know. Them afraid. You understand? But you see the PMP, them, listen, they want you to hold them to account. And we will hold them to account when they go into power. Remember me tell you that it not gonna normal when me say them not gonna have no room for no skullduggery. We not accept no skullduggery. Listen to me, the type of person where Mark Golden has shown us he is, anybody will come with the skullduggery, and the boot them I get. Plop. And we not take no talk. You remember
principles of transparency. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. No, I'm not going to take no call, you know. People not going to watch that part there. You understand what I say? That is where I end my live stream. I was very impressed with both these young people. One of the highlights for me was Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson letting us know that he, as the shadow minister of the finance ministry of the opposition, the finance team of the opposition crafting their budget, that he was an integral part of the programs as a young man, 25 years old, right, was in that room helping to craft those policies, right? So the PMP is not only dealing with the older people, the young people is a part of the planning for the future of Jamaica. And that is what we want. We want to see the young people be given that opportunity to be in those rooms so they can advocate for the youth, because they're the ones that are experiencing what they are experiencing. That is true democracy. That is true democracy. You understand? As much as I'm happy that there's so much of you here watching, I have to end the live stream because this phone is not that healthy. It's burning up, and I just saw myself freeze a while ago. It's an iPhone, it's small, and it can't take the roughings. That's why I need to get my phone fixed. And my Bono Nunus texts me and tell me say it's $145 for the damn screen. I can't believe it because it's less than $200 I pay for this phone. So the screen is $145. And I can see why, because it's so hard to source. So again, if you guys want to help out with that, the donation link is in the description, ladies and gentlemen. You can hit me up with the Cash App, you can hit me up with the PayPal, and you can hit me up with the Zelle. And if you hit me up with the Zelle, the number is 1-876-451-6535. You can send me the receipt of the Zelle. Alright? Thank you so much. Oh, and you can send me the receipt of the Cash App as well, because my Cash App is on this phone. And if this goes blank, yeah, it goes blank. I won't be able to see the Cash App. Alright? The word is love. See y'all later. I'm out. Peace.